Our read aloud today is called Showdown. Jessie the cowgirl was watching TV one afternoon when she found a Woody's Roundup special on the Western Channel. She settled in to watch the episode. In the old Wild West, Jessie was walking across the Okie Dokie Corral when the wind lifted her hat right off her head. She raced after it, but her hat landed high atop a prickly cactus. "Rotten rattlesnakes!" Jessie cried. She tried roping the hat with her lasso, but it kept looping around one of the cactus's arms. "Doggone it!" Jessie exclaimed. Sheriff Woody came over. "What's going on?" he asked. Jessie pointed to her hat and told Woody what had happened. "I'll get it for you," Woody said. He threw some peanuts up at the cactus. They landed on the hat's wide brim. Jessie watched as a couple of black crows swooped toward the cactus. "How is that supposed to help?" she asked. As the crows grabbed at the peanuts, they knocked the hat off the cactus. It tumbled into Jessie's arms. "Good thinking, Woody," Jessie said as she put her hat on. "Thanks for the hand." "That's why I'm sheriff," Woody said. "It's my job to take care of folks." "I can take care of myself," Jessie replied. "No offense, Jessie," Woody said. "I just meant that I step in when ordinary cowpoke need help." "Hey, I'm no ordinary cowpoke, Buster!" Jessie shouted. Woody shrugged. "There's nothing wrong with being ordinary. I can out-cowpoke you any day," Jessie said. "Let's just see who is the better cowpoke." Woody smiled. "Who cares?" he said. "We're both good cowpokes. Let's forget it." "Why, are you chicken?" Jessie asked with a smile. "No, ma'am," Woody replied. "Buck, buck, buck." Jessie flapped her arms. "Quit it, Jessie," Woody said. "And quit saying you're the better cowpoke. You couldn't rope your own hat off a cactus plant." "I'll never stop saying it, because I'm twice the cowpoke you are," Jessie challenged. Woody knew Jessie was a great cowpoke, but he didn't think she was better than him. "No way," he said. "Everyone knows I'm 3 times the cowpoke you are." "What's all the fussing and feuding about?" the prospector said as he walked over. Woody's horse Bullseye was with him. "We're just having a chat," Woody replied. "Right," Jessie said. "A chat about how Sheriff Woody's an overcooked chicken." Woody sighed. He knew Jessie didn't really think he was chicken. They needed to stop this fighting right now. "Well, Jessie, should I just say you're as good as cowpoke as I am?" Jessie grinned. That was all she wanted to hear. She knew that Woody was a fine cowpoke. "Whoa, hold on a rootin' tootin' minute," the prospector said. "Doesn't seem like Jessie was asking for an apology, Sheriff. Sounds like she was looking for a challenge. A true cowpoke never backs down from a challenge." "Well, if Woody admits we're even, I'll let it go," Jessie said. Prospector said, "We'll settle this with a contest. Jessie, how will you prove you're the toughest cowpoke in the West?" Jessie glanced at Bullseye. "A good cowpoke knows how to talk to a horse," she said. "Let's see who teaches Bullseye the best trick." "All right," Woody said. "Ladies first." Jessie walked up to the horse. "Sit, Bullseye." Bullseye just snorted at her. "Time's up," Prospector declared. "Sheriff, your turn." "Okay, Bullseye, shake," Woody said. Bullseye sniffed Woody's hand. "Sorry," Jessie said. "Looks like your horse is a no-trick pony." "I think you're right," Woody said. "What do you say we call it a draw?" "I've got it," Prospector exclaimed. "We'll see who can ride old Diablo." Old Diablo was a fat, lazy bull. Jessie stared at him sleepy. sleeping in the cool grass. "You're first this time," Jessie said. Woody hopped onto the bull's back. "Giddy up!" Old Diablo sank to the ground and closed his eyes. "Get up, you lazy bull!" he yelled as he laughed. "Pretty fancy bulldozing, Sheriff." Woody scowled. "Can you do better?" "No problem," Jessie said. She climbed up on the bull's back. Old Diablo sat straight up, sending Jessie tumbling down a hill. The prospector chuckled. "Oh, oh, oh. How else can we prove he's the roughest, toughest cowpoke?" Jessie asked. "Since you can't get the bull to shake a leg, you'll have to shake, rattle, and roll yourselves in a square dancing contest," the prospector said. He ran off to do some work while they practiced. "Fiddlesticks," Jessie muttered. She was worried about facing Woody in a dancing contest. She watched him warm up. His feet moved so fast, Jessie was dizzy. They practiced for a long time. They both wanted to win the contest. Jessie started swinging and swaying around, while Woody did a cowboy jig. "Wow, you're a good dancer," Woody said, stopping to stare. "Thanks," Jessie said. She stopped dancing. "You too." Woody smiled. "This contest stuff is dumb." "What if—" "Woody! Jessie!" the prospector called as he came running over. "The new calf just fell into the rushing river." "Oh no!" Jessie cried. Woody whistled for Bullseye, who galloped toward them. The two cowpokes climbed on his back and raced to the river. Bullseye galloped as fast as he could and skidded to a stop on the riverbank. Woody and Jessie jumped down and looked around. They spotted the calf wedged against a rock and caught in the current. He was struggling and mooing. "He's stuck and trying to get loose," Jessie said. "He could be swept downstream." "We have to get him out and keep the current from pulling him away," Woody said. Jessie grabbed her lasso. She aimed at the calf and let it fly. It landed neatly around the calf's neck. Woody and Jessie pulled on the rope, but the calf wouldn't budge. "How will we get him out?" Jessie said. Woody pointed to some river rocks. "Maybe I can hop across on those and lead him out." "Be careful," Jessie said. "When you get to the calf, Bullseye and I will help pull." "Here goes," Woody said, carefully hopping from one slippery rock to the next. Finally, Woody reached the last rock. "Let's go," he said, patting the calf. Woody hopped back across on the rocks, leading the calf all the way. On the riverbank, Jessie and Bullseye held the rope tightly, stopping the current from sweeping the calf downstream. The calf burst onto the shore. He ran over to Jessie and licked her cheek. Woody climbed over the last rock and made it onto the shore a minute later. "Yee-haw!" Jessie exclaimed. "You saved the calf!" "What happened?" asked the prospector. He was up high on the bank, old Diablo. "Woody saved the day!" Jessie exclaimed as she hugged the calf. "He's the bravest cowpoke ever!" "Jessie's the real hero," said Woody. She lassoed the calf like a great cowpoke. "Seems we still don't know who is the roughest, toughest cowpoke in the West," said the prospector. "Yes, we do," said Woody and Jessie together. "Well, who is it?" said Prospector. Jessie and Woody grinned. "We're both great cowpoke," Jessie said. "Right, partner?" "Right," Woody agreed. "We really are the roughest, toughest team the West has ever seen." The end.